In our last video, we explored 3 evidence-based pillars of recovery for adults over 50, and I closed with a promise to show you a specific dietary pattern connected to cellular energy production after 50. Here is what the research reveals. At the center of that pattern is a specific type of protein that researchers have consistently linked with both cellular energy metabolism and muscle preservation in older adults. Yet most people over 50 simply walk past it in the grocery store. I regularly review scientific research on healthy aging, but I am not a medical doctor. This content is for educational purposes only. Always consult your physician before making significant changes to your diet. What does the evidence actually say about the most underutilized protein for preserving muscle mass and supporting cellular energy after 50? And why have we been conditioned to ignore it? I will show you 3 reasons the science supports it. And number 3 is the one almost nobody talks about. Stay until the end to find out the single most important thing you need to pair it with for maximum benefit. Think about this for a moment. Every major nutritional guideline for healthy aging, from the National Institutes of Health to the ESPEN Consensus Group to Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, emphasizes the same message. Adults over 50 need higher protein intake than younger adults. And not just any protein. Protein rich in leucine, the amino acid that directly triggers muscle protein synthesis. Yet here is what most people get wrong. When they hear protein for older adults, they immediately think of expensive whey powders, grass-fed meat, or exotic supplements. Meanwhile, researchers at Tufts University have found that older adults who regularly consumed fermented dairy showed better markers of muscle maintenance than those who relied solely on animal meat. The common thread? We are talking about casein protein, found abundantly in fermented dairy. And the whole food source richest in bioavailable casein is cottage cheese. Now you might be thinking, isn't cottage cheese just for bodybuilders? Here is the part that surprised me. One of the most famous bodybuilders in history, Arnold Schwarzenegger, reportedly included cottage cheese as a staple in his diet throughout his career. But what many people do not know is that Arnold continued consuming cottage cheese long after his competitive years ended. At 77 years old, he still advocates for high-quality protein intake, specifically from whole food sources like cottage cheese, as a key strategy for aging well. How much of a difference could this make? Research from the National Institutes of Health indicates that adequate protein intake, including high leucine sources like cottage cheese, is associated with better muscle preservation in older populations. Reason number 1: the leucine threshold. For muscle protein synthesis to occur in older adults, research indicates that a minimum of approximately 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal is required. This is a higher threshold than for younger adults. A single serving of cottage cheese, approximately 1 cup, provides nearly 3 grams of leucine. The National Institutes of Health recognize leucine as a key trigger for muscle protein synthesis, particularly in aging populations. Reason number 2: the casein advantage. Unlike whey protein, which digests rapidly and spikes amino acid levels for only 2 to 3 hours, casein protein forms a gel in the stomach and releases amino acids slowly over 6 to 7 hours. This sustained release profile makes casein-rich foods particularly valuable for older adults, especially when consumed before extended periods without food, such as before sleep. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Nutrition followed older adults who consumed casein protein before bed and found improved overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to those who did not. Reason number 3: the nutrient matrix. This is where the research gets most interesting. Harvard School of Public Health has highlighted that the benefits of dairy proteins extend beyond amino acids. Cottage cheese provides calcium for bone density, critical after 50, vitamin D for immune function, and probiotics for gut health. The synergistic effect of these nutrients working together may be greater than the sum of their individual parts. And unlike many protein supplements, it is a whole food with no added processing or artificial ingredients. This is reason number 3, and the one most people never consider. But here is the part that most nutritional advice gets completely wrong. The research suggests that the timing of when you consume this casein-rich protein may matter just as much as the quantity. There is a specific window and a specific pairing that emerging science indicates may amplify its muscle-preserving and energy-supporting effects dramatically. Strategy number 1, the evening protocol. Approximately 30 minutes before bed, consume 1 cup of cottage cheese. This provides approximately 25 grams of slow-digesting casein protein that supports overnight muscle repair. Research from the Journal of Nutrition suggests this single practice may help offset the natural decline in overnight muscle protein synthesis that occurs with age. Think of it as charging your muscles while you sleep. Strategy number 2, the morning pairing. Pair cottage cheese or Greek yogurt as an alternative with a source of complex carbohydrates, oats, berries, or a small banana. The combination of fast-digesting carbohydrates with slow-digesting protein creates a sustained release of energy and amino acids throughout your morning. This is particularly valuable after resistance training. Strategy number 3, the consistency rule. The key principle is consistency over quantity. 2 to 3 servings of casein-rich fermented dairy per week, integrated into your regular eating pattern, may provide more meaningful benefit than sporadic high-dose protein supplements. Consistency is what separates effective nutrition from expensive experiments. The reason cottage cheese and Greek yogurt are overlooked comes down to one thing: marketing. The supplement industry has spent billions convincing older adults that muscle preservation requires expensive powders, proprietary blends, and exotic ingredients imported from overseas. Yet the clinical evidence consistently points toward whole food sources as the foundation of effective nutrition. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, in his Arnold's Pump Club newsletter in April 2025, set the record straight about high-protein diets for aging. He pointed out that adequate protein from whole food sources like cottage cheese, eggs, and lean meat is essential for maintaining muscle mass as we age, and debunked the myth that high-protein diets are harmful for older adults. Let me be clear about something. Consistency with whole foods will outperform sporadic use of expensive supplements every single time. The fundamentals work. They are just not easy to package and sell. Which of these 3 strategies will you try this week? Comment: evening protocol, morning pairing, or consistency. I read every comment, and your experience might help someone else in this community. In our next video, we will explore a specific mineral that researchers at Harvard have found may determine whether the protein you eat is actually used for muscle repair or stored as fat. Subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss it. I will see you in the next one.